They're $10. Ryan will buy the videotape. We'll transfer it for you. We just give you the $10 and your name and your address or phone number. We'll send you a tape. Okay? When we run through this, just let me know. Okay? Nice to meet you. I got a few thank yous. I'd like to first thank Mary Poe. She's in the other room. She's a long time, this is my 10th season here, and she's a long time supporter for us. And she's always made the cake and always done a great job, and we give Mary a nice hand. I'm sure it's I'd also like to thank Mel Belding, Mel, where you at, buddy? Mel and Diana, and Robbie for the pot stickers, I guess we'd call them. And the energy it took to do that, I appreciate that very much. And he bought a bunch of chips, and we appreciate it. Mel and Diana, thank you. I'd like to thank also our coaching staff. And without that, folks wouldn't be able to do what we do here. And to my left over here is Mike Louisiana. Michael, throws coach. All right, coach! And Cage and Jody Combs right over here. If you didn't turn the uniform in on time, you've got a few phone calls. Also, Jody was kind enough to assist in making the phone calls. And it's evident by the amount of people here tonight that she did a great job. And thank you, Jody, for that. Jeremy Phillips, where are you at, Jay? Jeremy, over here. Jeremy is a first-year volunteer. Very, very glad to have him on the staff this year. He helped me a lot, and we appreciate it, Jay. His brother Todd Phillips, right here, the jump coach. And Coach Tiffany Weezer right here. There's a bunch of smiles. We had 3 state champions, and Domingo won the bet. He got 2 of them, and Mike got 1 of them. So Domingo's sitting over here, Mike's over there. We got an all-points bulletin out for Leo Zambrano. Trying to find him, but he should be here shortly. Leo's our pole vault and high jump coach and handyman. Who else did I miss anybody, Mike? Dave. Who? Oh yeah, David White. You notice that kid that runs around the track, he's dealing with redhead. David White was one of 16 people selected to get in the pre-dental internship at Michigan. And it's huge because they pay for everything, and they sort of weed out, they get the top 8, and those people come to school at Michigan. So David will be calling me tonight. I have to be done by 9 o'clock tonight, and because we want to get the details. But David, thank you very much. And I tell you what, last but not least, I tell you, Ryan O'Donnell over here and his wife Andrea up here. Is it Andrea or Andrea? I did it right, all right. They've donated their time to try to put some of this on a tape and memory for us. Ryan came to me a couple days ago, and you can tell this is a little different. We're in the 90s here. I got a microphone, and we've got these things up here, and it's the school is who donated this to the school, right? You are donated this to this place here. I believe this is, I think one of the reasons, or a particular type of reason they want to use these kind of things. And I think it highlights the kids, but it takes a man with the ability to push the buttons and type of things, and I sure as heck can't do that. And Ryan, we really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Got a couple ways we can go here. Track and field's a little different. Some of you people are involved in football and other athletics, and those football rankings go on for a ton of time. And I was told last year that, hey, why didn't you get the where you had some seats? So we made an adjustment. We're getting better each year. But the thing is, I think what we need to do before we get to our class and those kind of things, is I'd like to talk about the season for a minute, and then what we're going to do as expeditiously as we can is introduce the freshman boys and freshman girls, and we'll go sophomore, junior, all the way up. And at that point in time, we're going to have award ceremony will begin. There's my boy. All right, Smitty. Okay. You threw me off, so I don't know. What I think I'd like to do is we had a few goals this year with boys and girls track and field, and it's difficult to talk about one group of people in the same light as the other because often both groups are not in the same place at the same time. But I can safely say this year, the boys and girls records were, and their accomplishments were very similar. We won to be Division III champions in the boys for the third year in a row. We had a very, very tough battle, had a difficult day with injuries, and we were able to come back and have a great effort on everybody's part to win the Division II championship for the third year in a row with the boys by 2 points over Ringham High. And I'm very, very pleased with that because we wanted to do that. The boys and the girls, we finished third last year. We wanted to be a step closer, we wanted to get second place, and we ended up third by what? Not too many points. And so I thought we were right on in what we wanted to do. I'm a realist in the sense that I'm not going to go tell the kids to win the championship if I don't feel that we have all the parts to do that. And we were a very young team. I think we graduated 7 seniors, boys and girls. And I set the goals, but I thought were realistic. The coaches and I talked about it. And I think we accomplished what we wanted to in the divisionals. We went to the zone championship. Boy, we were beat up in the boys pretty good. And it became a strong desire to finish runners up because that's where we wanted to be. Had we been healthy, I think we would have given Reeds a run for the money and scare. But we were able to hang on by 1 point, I think, 1 or 2 points there. So great accomplishment. And then with nine young ladies, we were able to finish fourth at zone and not too far off the third. We wanted to be in the top 3 there. And, we did that. We did what we set out to do there. Then the state championship, I challenged the boys. I said, you need to get the top 4. And we ended up 6th, and the girls were 7th. I wanted them to be 6th this year, so we're really, really close to what we wanted to do. Proud of the effort, the commitment. I mean, the core of these kids have been working with me since December, and their coaches. That's a big commitment, and we're very proud of you. So, kids, nice job this year, and I just want to say publicly that I appreciate everything you've done for this program. If we could have the freshman girls, freshman boys, please come up here. I'd appreciate that. And I'd like to have a coach help me here. To my left here is Bobby Velasquez. And Bobby's a freshman, obviously. I'll probably say that over and over again. But Bobby did a great job for us. He was pole vaulter and a long jumper and a triple jumper and a sprinter. And basically anything we asked him to do. If you notice by the number of kids, we've got a few freshmen back. We're excited about that. We're excited to have Bobby back. And Bobby, we want to give you a junior varsity award and great job, son. Andrew will be right in there. Next person is Andrew Pointer, sometimes Andy. Never again, Andrew. Andrew is a very talented freshman. One of the few people I've ever seen jump 6'2", clear 6'2", clear 6 foot on a regular basis. He ran out of gas. He got a little bit of shin splint in his jumping leg, and he was fifth at divisionals. And a great effort on that. And it's in here, coach. This is varsity. We're very proud of Andrew, and he's got good future in front of him. We can just keep him out of the high jump apron and get him in the long jump, and 4x1 and 4x2 will be all right. But Andy did well enough tonight to receive the varsity award. And Andrew, thank you very much, buddy. I always mispronounce this one. Carrer, all right. Lydia Carrer, she was actually had a little bit of problem. She got a little dental work at the end of the year, and it sort of slowed her down a little bit. But she, what I like about Lydia is that she was at practice all the time, and if she couldn't be there, she let me know. And next year I think when she's healthy, she'll come out, and I think she played with the pole ball a little bit and a few things like that. And we appreciate that. We're expecting to have a good thing out of her and hope she's healthy next year. Good job. As we're searching for these, we'll just speak and then we'll get the certificates to the kids. Jessica was as a freshman lady here that came to us, and she was also a vaulter, played around with that, hurdled a little bit, did a few things. Had a few injuries early on in her career, so I think your freshman year I'm pretty gentle with the kids, and next year we'll expect a little bit more out of Jessica. Great job. We'll get you. And then there's Johnny Reed right here. John doesn't say much. He just goes out and gets the job done. And he's here, folks. You're helping me out, son. Thank you. He was a high jumper and a hurdler. Tough young man that I felt that if we could, bring our hurling crew along, that Johnny's going to be one of those people to help us next year. So I put him in the divisional meet. I asked him if he wanted to go there. He high hurdled and he high jumped and did a great job for us. It was a learning experience. But the fact of the matter, he was there as a freshman. I think he'll be a better for it next year. And we appreciate everything you've done for us, John. And you'll get a varsity award when we can find that fight. Yes. Is right here. She was a freshman for us. She ran a JV zone, and Giselle, we just tell them about the last name. We just could never get it right. Yeah, Della Vega. And Giselle did a great job for us. She ran 100 and the 200, and she was there, 95% of the time, and did a great job for us. She's going to be a good sprinter. We're going to lean on her a little harder next year, and we're going to look forward to that, honey. So have a great job. Next one is Whitney Carnes. Whitney hurt her Carnes, not Carnes. There you go. I knew I was going to wake you up. Sort of had some knee problems and some shins and those kind of things. One of the things you find out with track and field at the high school level, it's a lot different than middle school. And we actually run, quite a bit, and it's a learning experience. But I tell you what, Whitney's got great ability. She's going to be a good hurdler for us, and we're looking forward to next year. And we'll get her in a couple relays, see if we can't get a little more out of her, but great job, Kim. Great job. Jesse Phillips, one of the many Phillips we've had here, and Jesse is, you wouldn't know it, but he's a shot thrower and a discus thrower, and he plays a little soccer in the summertime and the fall. Next year we'll try to get him to run a little bit more on that, but Coach Mike is excited about him, and one of the few freshmen we have, got a couple of them, and he's going to be a great one for us in the future. Discus and the shot put are very, very, very technical, and it takes a lot of time. So, Jesse, great job this year, buddy. Oh, you hear me that day, good? We've got a real family show going on here. Thank you. It's a big day in the Smith household because little Smitty over there, Diane, does not have any diapers on his first day for potty training, and he's done a great job until about 7:12. Oh boy, what a memorable day. Next young lady, we have Sarah Gurney. Sarah, raise your hand here. Okay. Sarah had a little bit of a slow start, wasn't sure she wanted to be on the team, had some conflicts, quit, I think for about a week. Thought about it. We convinced her to twist her arm and come back out. Very fortunate that she did. She was, one of the few freshman throwers, I think the only one that did make it out of Division II to zone. And she threw a personal best at the zone meet. And in the shot put. She's going to be a great thrower, and we're very lucky to have her. Sarah, I'm glad you came back. Now we got Emily Banquet, right? Sometimes Banquet, that didn't go either. Emily is a long jumper and a hurdler. And whatever else, I think we just might put her in the 200 and a quarter mile next year, hopefully. She said I scared her this year, and once we get over that frightening stage, we'll ask a little more of her. But she jumped at the Division II meet for the girls. And is your mom here? Great, where's she at? Mom, that the series of ankles was incredible. And I have to tell you, thank God Mel and Mike had the tent set up there, and we had tables and ice and those kind of things, but Emily was like the third young lady that an accident happened all within about 5 minutes, and I was like going, oh boy. But thank God it wasn't serious, but she's a 14.7, 14.8 foot long jumper. She's just going to get better, and she's got a great work ethic, and we're very fortunate to have her. Emily? Matt Johnson. Hey. Matt got a little bit of a late start, and he got an early withdrawal. So, we got to work on those two things, Matt. He's very talented. He's one of our freshman throwers, and we're looking for good things out of him. Next year, I think we just want to get settled down a little bit, get those mom and dad happy, and get those report cards squared away. And, we're going to be thankful for that. Matt, appreciate you being out, buddy. I get a little interpretation. Jose, is he on you? Right here, raise your hand, son. Jose, there you go. He was, yeah, 2 miles. In fact, he came out, what was it? Was it Jamie's zone that day? In the third to 2 mile? That was Dan. Okay, that's right. Jose's got a great future. We've got to get him settled down a little bit. Got to get him to practice all the time. He's at ROTC. I think that's going to be teach him some good skills. Very talented young man, very good runner. Work ethic, we just need to get him there every day. But I tell you what, next year we'll get you out in January. We'll get you running, and we'll get this season going for a little better. But great job, son. Logan is a great story. I've had his older brother. Tried for 4 years to get Lance Studebaker to come out. And I tell you what, Logan is he's a good quality athlete. He's a hurdler, a natural, and we're always looking for hurdlers, and he's going to be a great one. So I'm looking forward to working with him and do some good things. We've got 3 young freshman hurdlers coming back next year, all the sophomores, and I tell you what, he's one of them, and we're going to be a much better team for it. Logan, great job, man. You got the twins down there. Stephen? Thank you, man. Steve Barbados? Is that close? Thanks. I always have a hard time with Dan and Steve. In fact, I heard they've gone to classes separately and not told their teachers. Is that right, Steve? Are you really Steve? Was this the one that's that one? All right. In the 2-mile coach? Second in the 2-mile JV zone. This is people around here like hurdlers. I mean, they're bold, so you got to hang on to those. He has an identical brother, twin. Is he here? There he is, down there. All right. And they're going to be hard workers. They're out with coach in the summer. They go to summer school class, looking for great things in the future. And Steve, appreciate you getting out here. Looking forward to good stuff. John James? John, thank you. All right. John, raise your hand. All right. John is one of 2 brothers we have. Another combo here, Brother Josh. John is a 39, almost 40-foot triple jumper. We figured that we would need some points at divisionals. He could gain some experience. I asked him, I said, listen, if you want to run there, you can. If you want to jump. And he says, Coach, I'll do it. Do whatever you need. And what do you end up, 6th, 5th? Ended up 5th, which one more place higher would have gone to zone. And as a freshman, that's outstanding. Last year we had a young man by the name of Stevie Bennett. I don't know if Stevie's here tonight, but Stevie was the same type of caliber kid. And Stevie made it to state this year. And I tell you what, John, next step we'll go to zone and then we'll go to state, okay? Great athlete. Robbie Stone? Robbie's another, the brothers down here at the end here, Robbie and JJ, but Robbie's a sprinter for us, and it's going to be a real good one. This year was sort of a learning experience for the young man, and I had a chuckle one day. We were running some, 180s, and old Robbie got about 120 and he shut down. I'm like, what's wrong? So he gets over there and he comes back. I said, Robbie, what is wrong? He goes, well, Coach, I just got tired. I said, well, Robbie, then I guess they're running a quarter mile without a question. But he's a good sprinter. I'll tell you what, the idea of training is a new concept for these kids. This whole group here. They will be the leaders next year. But they have learned what it takes. They've watched the older people. I expect a lot of good things out of Robbie next year. He's a very talented young man. So, Robbie, thank you for I know. You kids that we can't seem to find yours, I'll go back and see the athletic director tomorrow. Danny. Danny Barbado. Barbado. Yeah, I still can't. See, that actually could be Steve down there, and they could just be playing games. But no, I swear to God, I'll be walking around lunchtime, and they'll play this game with me, and I may get it right, but they tell me that it's not right, so I don't even know. But hey, they're twins in both respect. He runs the mile, the 2 mile, the 800, and you know, we're fortunate to have him with us, and you know, hey, as far as it goes to all of you, you know, the gloves are off. Next year you're going to be sophomores, so we expect a little bit more out of you. And you know, we're thankful to have you all. Danny, I'm going to give you this, buddy. Thanks, pal. Next year we're going to ask a little bit more of you and ask you to get a little involved. You did a great job this year. If you're wondering how they got a varsity award versus a JV, is that if they went to divisionals, we, as an enticement, we always allowed them to get a letter. So that's that thing there. You had to finish the season in good standing, and that means you have to finish the season with us and with a proper grade point average. And these are the best of the best. Great job, yes. Sprinter, and then we had to run quite a bit, and God, darn it, he didn't like that. And, boy, he saw that pole vault pit open up. He got that pole in his hand, and he took off. And Nick has become I think a capable pole vaulter. What you put 9 feet? First year, that's a good start. He's a hurdler. He's not afraid to run, and you know, we're going to keep on making him hurdle and make the pole vault for us. So the 2 big areas we need to improve on. And Nick, great job. Thank you very much. Tatiana Tippett-Louisa. Tatiana is, well, she's a great runner. We all know that. Comes from a strong background and very, very hard worker. Wouldn't say anything bad if it was in her mouth. And sweet young lady. She had a good season this year, and you know, she was she finished 7th in the mile in state, coach, 7th, and she was 4th in zone. Did a great job, and we're very proud of her. And we'll look at good things out of you next year. Chris Sparrow. I hope I got the S's in the arms right there. Chris is a sprinter. It's her 2nd year. I'm proud of Chris in the sense that last year we had a few problems and injuries at the end of the year, and we had a few situations at home we had to deal with, and I'm proud of her for not, you know, getting that squared away and coming back. She's definitely an integral part of this women's team. And she was one of the 4 members that ran the state, and the 4x2 they ran 1:47.24, which is very good. Not too far off the school record. And I tell you what, what Krista needs to work on is to have a little more confidence in her ability, okay, and not get so nervous, and you know, take a deep breath, and you know, let their athletic ability come through. Running a great job this year. Stacy Carr. We're blessed to be able to work with Stacy and work with her older sister, Tamiko. And I was really hoping to work with the younger boy, but that didn't work out. But Stacy had to sit out a year to run for the Colts. She did that, and I tell you what, she did some great things. I mean, she ran sub 60 in the quarter. She's about 2:10, a little bit off the second school record in the 200. She's a 2.5 seconds, I think, off the quarter in the quarter mile. So, you know, we're very pleased to have Stacy. You know, very, very hard worker, and she's very talented, but I think the things that come from her is because of her hard work. Don't ever lose that, Stace. Stephanie Welch. There she is. It seems like, you know, this female group, I'll tell you one thing right now, and I said it publicly, I'll say it again, this is the best group of young ladies I've had to work with. As far as problems, I mean, they were very coachable, and they did a great job. Stephanie and I had a little spat last year, I think, over some vacation. Did we do that? Yeah. But, you know, we learned from that, and, you know, the moment I remember the most about Stacy, we're down in Nevada. Where were we? Nevada City or Nevada Union. And the girls were laughing at the boys because they got these nylon sweats on. The boys got those cottons, you know. They're running around. We still got red clay from Nevada Union. Get down there, it's terrible. But I tell you what, this young lady came out the last race tonight. It rained all day. I mean, it rained all day. And she come out and she ran, you know, 61 something in a quarter. And I'm telling you what, that's really, really good. And you know, it sort of opened her eyes up. And she's surrounded by some stars, and all of a sudden she said, "Hey, maybe I can slip into that group," you know. And I'm really proud of her. She's very, very hard worker. You know, and I always kid her about her height and her weight, but I tell you what, you had a few milestones this year. One was good work and good effort. Amanda Gavin. I love you. Amanda is an extremely talented young lady. She's going to be a great thrower. And sometimes kids get in the wrong classes. And sometimes kids get over their head. And sometimes they wait too long to make that adjustment. And that's what happened with Amanda. She's been able to finish the season because of some great problems. But I'm proud of her. I checked her on the end of the year. She's working hard. She's got a chance to make up 2 or 3 of those classes, right? Okay. So she's got herself in a position, and she did that through hard work. And I'll tell you what, we're going to get her in the right place next year. And we've learned a few things, and we're going to do a lot better job as far as that. And I tell you what, she's going to be a very, very, very good athlete. We've got some great throwers here, and there's room for always one more, and we're waiting for you, dear. I didn't mean to say that's embarrassing. I mean, I tell you what, I'm pretty frank. I mean, I tell you what, I'm proud of her. She's worked very hard, and you know, we are proud of her. We understand that. Catherine Elkins, another one of our throwers. Anytime you can get these throwers 2 or 3 years in a row, and you start to get, you know, you start to get some results you want. Catherine had some real bright spots this year. We were down at Great Southwest this weekend. There was a young lady about her size, throwing 40 to 41 feet of shot, and you know, that's where she's going to be someday. You just got to keep working, and a pleasant person to be around, and a hard worker. Catherine, good job. Vanessa. I'm not kidding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. Vanessa, and I just call her just plain Vanessa. That's a toughie for me. Vanessa's a pole vaulter, and done a good job. I think she cleared, what did we go, 8 feet this year? We don't remember though, yeah. But I tell you what, she's, you know, would like to get her off that runway a little bit and have her do a few more things for us, but, you know, we can always use pole vaulters, and she's not afraid to do that. And, you know, we're very, very fortunate to have somebody like that. And hopefully, if we get a hold of Coach Zambrano and we get that pit moved, this will be jumping with us this summer. This is a great job. Walter. Another one. You can say that one. Catherine is the resident. You know, I've got some tough ladies, and Catherine's one of those. She runs the intermediate hurdles, she runs the highs, runs the mile relay for me, pretty much does what you ask her to do. And those are tough to come by. And we're very, very fortunate. She's a sophomore's first year. Hopefully we'll get a little more out of the coaches. Can't wait till the basketball season's over and get after her a little bit. But hey, she's tougher as nails, and you watch out for Catherine in the 300s and the highs next year. Kristen Myers, sometimes Kirsten. You know. Kristen had a situation where she came out. She's a high jumper, hurdler. Did a great job for us, and it was like 10 days before the divisionals, and she hurt her foot, and boy, we didn't know what to do. I said, go home and ice it up, and come back and see me on Monday. Came back Monday, didn't work too well. Tuesday, Wednesday, boy, she was ready to go, and she went out for us and was in the top 8 in the high jump. Did a great job for us. It's going to be a real good high jump for us all over, and her. Yeah. Mark Sutliff. Marco? Yeah. Hey, Mark's a miler, 2-miler, 800, marathon, you name it. Mark's going to run it. But, hey, he's been with Domingo for 2 years now. He's very dedicated, works in the summer, and once again, if you got a distance kid and hurdler on this team, you're something. So we're looking forward to great things. And Mark, great job. Ben, raise your hand. There you go, Ben Leon. Now Ben had had a few things happen in the season. Didn't finish the season quite the way we wanted. But I tell you what, very talented young man, hard worker. Anybody who runs with Domingo still has a smile on their face. He's a hard worker. And you know what? Next year we're going to get a little bit of a start with Ben. We're going to finish the season full bore, and we're looking forward to a good start, man. Eric O'Brien. He's the tiny one over there. Eric is, boy, you'd like to see the kids like this young man. He's a big kid. What are you about, 6'6" now, Eric? Yeah. He grew an inch since last week, Mark. But I tell you what, I'm real proud of Eric, because I tell you what, when you go down to Vegas, and those big boys start throwing that shot put, 57, 58 feet, and they start acting, getting all big, and screaming and hollering, and I tell you, it's a learning experience. And Eric comes right in there. He did a great job, and he, a sophomore came through with a real senior, junior dominated throws this year, and real good athlete. Super job, Eric. Richard Hansen, we call him R.A. Richard has found a new life. He likes that pole vault. Want to be clear, rank 6, 10 feet? Okay. We're counting it. I tell you what, once again, he's the kind of young man that convinced us that you need to come out, you need to work on your skills. He's a football player. He loves football. And he's the type of kid that's smart enough to understand that if you want to play the game, you got to be able to run, and he's made a commitment to that. He's found a home with the full ball. He doesn't like the hurdles, but I like the hurdles, and so we together love the hurdles. Josh James. If you're wondering, these are the two biggest groups here, the freshman and sophomore. You'll see that we go a little bit less here in numbers. Josh James, right here. This young man, I had convinced that we had to call his boss and say, you know, we need a day off so we can go run. And we had a few words, and but you know what? I said, you take care of it. If I see you tomorrow, I see you. He came back, he got it handled, and he ended up making the finals in the intermediates. And I tell you what, if he just brings the working attitude in March, we're going to go to zone and state. Great athlete right here. JJ, brother of Robbie, older brother. John Stallings. I love John. No, I tell you what, every year you got to have a couple of kids that just sort of test your mettle. And this young man did. He always had a great sense of humor. He was a hard worker. He's got to understand, like Stacy, that there's something else other than the 100 and the 200, right, Stacy? Yeah. But I tell you, every once in a while you got to work up the ladder. We're going to try to convince him to work up a little bit next year. You know, very talented, and we're very happy. He makes us a good boys track field team. All right. Thanks, sir. Got it worked out. Jeremy Stocking. Jeremy, I'm glad to see your mom and dad here, but I met Martha in the store just about an hour ago. She said she didn't know much about this thing here. Martha, thanks for coming. You guys can stand out here a little bit. Alfredo, kick your hand. Jeremy, very talented. He's got the fastest, 5 meter? 10 meter time in school, which is going to mean good things for him in the future. He will get 100% better. He's another one of those kids we got to convince that longer is better. But he's very talented. One of the most, talented. I had some talented sophomores. He's one of them. And I tell you what, we're going to do some good things here, young man. And just remember, longer is better, buddy. We're talking about the quarter mile and, 800. I'm sure he's interested in the 800. Alfredo Gonzalez, this young man gets up and runs how many miles in the morning, son? 2 miles. I was going to say something like 4. You had your chance. He's another one of Domingo's followers, not afraid to run. And, we're looking real hard towards Mark and Alfredo next year, and Ben. Come out and give us some support, and we desperately need the distance. Great kid, very hard worker, and Alfredo, great job, son. Thank you. That's our sophomore class. Ryan shoot through the shot and the disc. I tell you what, great improvement this year. What do you go? 30 feet, Coach? A month. Big strides. He's a junior, first year out with us. Love to have him all 3 years, but I tell you what, we'll take what we get. Very coachable, very fun to work with. Ryan, great job. Jordan out. Jordan is 800 miler, quarter miler, whatever we need. He's going to be sort of the backbone of the distance program next year. He's going to be the old man. But Jordan's brother John, a very successful athlete, late bloomer, and we expect the same out of Jordan. He's a good kid, hard worker, and I think he got himself squared away this spring, didn't he, Mike? Good job. Amanda Belly. Amanda is, one of those kind of kids that does a lot of things well, and she's a, very fun person to be around, very coachable. Well, that's arguable, but she's very, very talented. Set a couple school records. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Hard worker. You know, you break one, you go after the other one, which is ours did before. And, you know, very fortunate to have a man on the team. Jackie Mann. Jacqueline Mann. Jackie will be the leader of the pack next year in the distance. Real proud of Jackie. Sort of had a down year sophomore year and then came back and started doing some things that she did her freshman year. And real happy about that. And I know she's put a lot of time and effort into it. And we're thankful to have her. And keep up the good work around this summer. Good things are going to happen, Jackie. And J.F. Cobley. And Brad. I call her Annie Oakley. But she's as tough as Annie Oakley. She came out and found out the soccer and track was a little bit different. And she's a heck of a soccer player. And hopefully she's going to be a better soccer player for what she did this spring. But very competitive, very driven, and really came along. She improved drastically. And, you know, her pleasure to coach, and I hope I have one more year to work with you. Ryan Hall. Ryan, 800 mile, 2 mile, whatever you want, marathon, kid's gone. Ryan ran JV zone this year. We needed a guy to go down there to do that. Wasn't too proud to do that. Very, very hard worker. And, you know, I think, you know, looking forward to see what he does next year. But I tell you what, I appreciate your spirit, Ryan. Good job. Nancy Maris. Nancy? Nancy's is 800 mile. Not much like that 2 mile too much, but hey, she's a very, very hard worker. Been with us for 3 years now. And we're looking forward to her senior year. And I tell you what, very, very, nothing bad ever comes out of this young lady's mouth. She's very, very tough. Nancy? Maurice Townsell. Mo said he didn't want to run the hurdle, so look what happened to him. Just kidding. But he got that playing hacky sack in English class. No, just kidding, parents. Actually, that's what happened. Kickball, all right, good. It's getting late into the year, you know, you got to do things to motivate your kids in the classroom. So Mo got the short end of the heel there or something. But I tell you what, Maurice is a very talented young man. He's done everything from high jump, long jump, quarter mile, 100, 200. He's very, very coachable young man and going to be very talented. And he is very talented, and we expect big things out of you next year, son. George Moran. George is one of those kids I had to get out of the junkyard. You know? I swear to God, I had to get him out of the junkyard, out of the equal opportunity employer's office. I mean, this guy had more excuses than I'd ever heard of. And I tell you what, another young man improved. He's a shot and discus thrower. He made it in the zone, okay, in the discus. Expect him to do great things next year. Very coachable, driven, great athlete. And George, we're a much better team because of you, son. Thank you very much. Joey Hunt. Joe Hunt. Joe, I tell Joe to run 2 miles, he just put his shoes on, smile, and go do it. That's what makes Joe so nice. I tell you what, he's very tough, very talented, and going to be a leader for this team next year. And I know, I'm serious, if I need him to run anything from a mile down, he'll do it. Right, Joe? All right. Bridget Weaver. Bridget, had a good year. Mom and Dad went to Italy? Turkey. That Bridget, you know, Bridget and I, we had to break the waters, didn't we? Well, anyway, we twisted her arm, we wanted to run it. We had a mishap in the girls 4A. We twisted her arm and asked her to run for us, and she did a great job. I gave her the opportunity to run either JV zone or varsity. She said, I want to run varsity. And you know what, Bridget, you've got a good future in front of her. Get her out a little earlier, work a little harder, we're going to be in good shape here. Good job. Danielle, converted pole vaulter, still a pole vaulter. Converted high jumper, shot and disc. Right? All right. We only had about 23, 24 girls in the year, and we had asked people to do a lot of different things for us. And Danielle did a great job. She has a burning desire to be a great vaulter, and I think if she continues to work hard, she will be. And Danielle, we appreciate your spirit. Jessica Roberts, we're going to skip you. Jessica, she's a long jumper, high jumper, hurdler, sometimes pole vaulter. Right? And I tell you what, 23, 24 girls on the team, they do a lot of things. And I've asked her at the last moment to run the mile relay for me, to run the leg at the Reed Invitational. And you know what? She used to look at me and says, Coach, I don't want to, but I will. Those kind of people you got to have around. And Jessica, great job.
All right, Jessica.
Krista Kintock. Krista, every year we have this conversation, she has a sort of an ankle arch problem, and she hurts herself, and it hurts me to see her hurt herself, and so I told her to ask the doctor this time, he gives you something to wear, something to do here, because I don't want to see her again, and we're going to have to do something different. So what she do, she comes back and jumps 34 feet? 32 feet and triple jump. All right, Todd, so you get out your hand. DRs in the triple jump by 3 feet and goes to divisionals in the 5th. Great season. She outworked with Coach right now, and we appreciate your spirit and your effort. Stephanie Johnson. Stephanie, great hurdler. Got to have those. She had a great season. She went into zone number 4 seed, out of Division 2, number 8 seed. That means you're slowest time, out of 8. Ended up in the 5th seed. Just missed going to state by just a smidge. And the only thing I can say is if you dedicate yourself the last 3 weeks, what you did the last 3 weeks in March, you'll go to state this year. Okay?
All right,
About the show tonight.
There's some kids that are very special, and Rosanna is one of them. She's always there, never misses practice. She runs on Saturdays, she runs on Sundays, and unfortunately, Capital United really kept it from running what she can, but I'm very helpful, and I hope that she will continue working and doing the boys, and I'm sure she will keep on running because she's got a lot of talent, and I like to see her going about it.
Hey. James, I tell you what, I think he thought I didn't like him pole vaulting. Am I right? But we had a situation where I think we worked out, didn't we? And James ran the mile, the 800, the quarter, whatever he asked him to, whatever he asked him, he did. And one day I said, listen, James, I wish you the best in the pole vault. I want you to do well. Well, in spite of me, he went out and jumped, 10 feet, 10.6? And that's a real good start. He picked that pole up last year. And he did that after he worked out with me. So, the kids got a heart of gold and very positive and very very, very team oriented. Okay? Very good. Ronald, Ron to release him. All right. I'd ask your dad to say a few things about you. Ron's had a great career here. He was, we went down to California, and he was less than a second off the school record. It was just one of those golden moments. His dad and I talked about it, and it was just one of those times. We ran a 9:26 in the 2 mile, and qualified for the national championship back in North Carolina. And I know we've talked about it, but if he decides to go, we're going to try to put some money together for him, get a letter for him, and get him back there. Quite an honor. He state champion in the 2 mile, 6th or 7th at the Great Southwest, and he was 4th in the mile. Incredible. If I told you the miles they ran and during the week, you wouldn't believe me. So, very, very special athlete. Will continue to run in college, and you know, we're going to watch it. Very pleased to coach you and be your coach. Jason Spotwood's not here tonight. He had to work. He was a thrower. One of those kids that came out and really blessed us because he had a great attitude. You know, Mike would always say when he's one of the kids that come to work with. Jose. Jose, what a great story. We've been through the middle, haven't we? I know I made the big time when Josie made me some tamales at Zone. I'm telling you, I went home and told my wife, I said I made it. And that was very, very, it meant a lot to me. Thank you. I tell you what, Jose was, you know, this team had a lot of stars, and he was sort of always hanging, you know, out there really close to that star, not a star, just sort of in there. And I tell you what, those guys going 1-2 in the mile zone and 1-2 in the 2 mile was huge in zone. I don't know if you were there, but that's what basically put us over the top. I mean, those efforts along with everybody else's. And he wasn't even supposed to be around. And then the next week, he does one better. They go out in that third lap, and they run about 56, I think it was, right, Coach? And boy, he went with him, and he ran him down, Macy kid down. It was beautiful. I mean, that was beautiful. He ran him down, beat him by like 3/100ths of a second. It was really nice. Great memory, and he's going to go to Mountain View Community College. He's going to continue to run, and you know, I know Coach is very proud of this whole program. Great. Liz, you talk. Where's your mom at? There. A gift from Galena. You know, every time somebody has a problem, a door opens up and you end up somewhere else, and you know, there's a problem here, but somebody else is better off because you end up here. Well, that's the situation with Liz. She came to us, and very, very talented, extremely talented. Had, I wouldn't call it an injury-free season, and she had a tough season, but determined, and thanks to Dr. Nightingale, boy, God kept her going, and determined her. And I kept telling David, I said, just wait till May, man. She's going to be there. She's going to go down to UNLV, is that correct? Yep. And she's a scholar athlete. She's going to walk on down there and run for those ladies. And I don't know, Liz, it's been a pleasure to work with you, and you know, good luck. these things are never easy. When you've got, I think we have about 55 kids here tonight. Each one deserves a little bit, so I know you're a little tired and hanging. You only got a couple more quarter miles to go. In your case, a couple miles, right, Coach? Mitch Jones, hey, 4 years in the state finals. Unheard of. Great athlete, very coachable, very fun to be around. I'm going to miss him. Tough luck this year, tough, you know. But it happens, right, Mitch? It does. We're going to hang in here too. Divisionals are tough for me, man. I tell you what, because some bad things happen. And but we went through zone, and then we went through state. And I remember this. We're running the 4x1, and I'm screaming. I don't know if you heard me, Todd. Stop, 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 you know. And Mitch had pulled a hamstring, but he wasn't going to stop. Kept on running. And I said, why'd you do that? And he goes, hey, it's my last race. And sure how. I'm not going to stop. So, great kid. I think we're going to have to go hiking. I'll tell you about that, right? Good job. Has been named member of the All-Conference Boys First Team 1600, 3200 meters. Good job. That's the other two of Louisa. Girls track second team 1600 meters. Great job. Stevie Bennett's not here tonight. Was first team. Amanda Belding, girls track first team discus. Derek O'Brien, boys track, second team shot put. Great job. Second team 200, 400 meter. Good job. First team, boys, 100, 200 meter dash. Jose Avalos, first team, 1600 meter run. Ronnie, where you at, buddy? Ron, they told me they didn't make you have yours, but your first team, 1600 and 3200. Yeah. All right, we're going to start rolling this thing here, and this is really the beauty of you know, Mr. O'Donnell. But we could not do what we do here without the help of parents. And I'll tell you what, we have some great help, and it's amazing. So if you give me the first name here, Mike and Martha Stocking, will you please come down? Thank you. What we've done here is we've set in appreciation to Mike and Martha Stocking. Your contribution in Wooster Track and Field was powerfully felt and greatly appreciated. Without your efforts, our team would not have achieved the level of success it did in 1998. The story behind this is, everybody read about it, Wooster got short trees, huh? You know, I'll tell you what, I wish they were all your size. But we got 200, 300 5-foot trees delivered to us, and we sell Christmas trees every year. And I'll tell you what, I was sick. So I knew this was going to take a miracle to pull this thing off. So I went and I got on the phone and I got on the newspaper and I talked to John Trent. And I went to, you know, cable, I got a hold of Mike, and they put, I was known as a tree man. They put me on there. I got to know the disc jockeys, and it was everything. It was great. But I tell you what, we were able to sell all those small trees. And I tell you what, we raised over $3,000 And I tell you what, a big part of that goes to you, sir. All right. Stephen join Phillips, please. I tell you what, there's a lot of people who have helped me a lot of years, and it's just amazing. She's there for, every year they come down and help me in the tree lot. She runs my middle school meetings for me. My energy level is small. I don't have much time. I'm thinking about something else. And, Steve comes down and is breath of fresh air. And they've been that way. They've been with me for, 6 years now? And that's longer than being married up there. That's scary. But I tell you what, it's a type of commitment that's unusual, and I just want to say thank you very much for the use of track and field. We appreciate everything you've done and will do in the future. Mike and Eileen Jones, come up, please. I tell you what, I don't know what I owe them more for the counseling I get from them, or, I don't know if you didn't notice, but Camp Wooster this year was pretty special. We'd go to these meets, these big meets, and, Reed, and Queen, and Reno, and have all their little things and everything would be beautiful. And here before Wooster, it'd be raining, and then we'd be standing out there. Well, I just commanded Mr. Jones to take over some of those issues, and, he's been with me for 3 years, been a great supporter. Eileen is a good friend of the family's. And I know your boy's going to leave us, but I tell you what, we really appreciate everything you've done for this program in the last 3 years. Thank you so much. And Sheila Nightingale. You know what, there's some days I can't get out of bed and I call Sheila and I never have an appointment and she always gets me in. Dan and Sheila run a chiropractic service. Great help to this program. Throughout the years, countless kids have gone there. He's brought his chair out into the middle of the 50-yard line and worked on the kids. Open door policy down at the place. Sheila, I forget, I call, Sheila calls me, leaves a message at home. It's just it's a family thing. But we're not talking hundreds of dollars, we're talking thousands of dollars of their time putting our kids back together. And our coaches, But I tell you what, it's just not cross country, it's just not track and field, it's football, and it's wrestling, it's whoever needs it. So, very, very special people. We certainly couldn't run as fast as we could, and we love you very much. Thank you. All right, Mel and Diana. Mel and Diana, another counselor. Actually, Diana does counseling. Mel, I don't know what to say about Mel and Diana. We needed $1,000. We put a raffle together, went down and got $400 in corporate sponsors. Organized the raffles, gave it to the kids. We collected another $800 or $600, and the Boosters gave us another $100, and we were able to raise the money we needed. I told them I wanted to have some tents, and I wanted to have some ice, and I wanted to have some oranges, and I wanted to have some water. Mind you, I never give them any money. That's the beauty of it, I guess. But I go to divisionals, and there it is. It's all set up. I go to zone, and there it is. And big. Kids enjoyed that. I think we did better because of that. He does this for everybody. He does it for football. But I tell you what, we are a much, much better track and field team. And thank you very much. Yeah, we're doing it. Okay. Yeah, outstanding freshman. Cool. All right. Appreciate you hanging in there with us. Your kids are important to us. Not everybody can get a plaque. Not everybody gets recognized tonight, but please take this home. We care for each and every one of you, and we appreciate everything you do for the program. Andrew Pointer. Where's Andrew? Come on up here, Andrew. All right, I screwed this up a little bit. Kristen Myers, can you come up here, please? Sarah? Sarah Gearing, Kristen Myers, Wooster Track and Field, outstanding freshman. And this really, you know, their accomplishments are, I think, worthy of the plaque. You know, Sarah did a great job, got the zone. I think was the only freshman girl to make it. If not, she was Wooster High, and we were darn proud of her. And she's got a great role model right over here to follow. And I tell you what, you don't need to drop off when she leaves. You better carry the love, all right? All right. Kristen Myers, I tell you what, did a great job for us. Put her in a hard situation, made her hurdle for us. She's going to be a great hurdler. But her effort, her spirit, we really appreciate that. And ladies, very, very nice job. The techno guy you're going to give me, I get out the wrong way here. Andrew Pointer. Needless to say, Andrew was, you know, we got a 6'11" or 6'10" high jump record around here. I expect that to fall. I don't expect too much to run. I tell you, he's very, very, very good at what he does. What I love about him is this is who he is. He just doesn't get you excited. And the bigger the meet, that's fine. And he's a great competitor. And I tell you what, we've always had some special kids, and I continue to learn from them. John James, Johnny, here. John is another one of those freshman kids that made it to the divisional meet. He was 5th in the triple jump, and you know, 39 what, God? 39.2, and we had a young man jump 39.11.5 last year. He jumped 43 feet this year down in Vegas, and I tell you, this kid's capable of doing the same thing. And if we're to be competitive, I'll tell you this right now, in the future, in boys track field, Wooster High School, because of the field events. And, you know, these kind of people that they always carry the love. John. Okay. Nathan's not here tonight. He's another freshman kid that's going to expect some things out of him. Outstanding thrower, Amanda Belly. Mandy, yeah, she's a good one. That's the high school record here at Wooster High twice for the shot put. That's the discus, what, 2 or 3? 8 times. expect you to do 8 more, right? Pleasure to coach, hard worker. Yeah, she's athletic, but I tell you what, the reason she gets what she gets is because she works hard. And there's no shortcuts. And you're one of the best here. Good job. Eric O'Brien. You know, you can say a lot of things, and the great thing about this kid here is he has a desire to get better. Got good work habits, those are going to improve. He stuck with us, and yeah, you know, the good Lord gives you all these physical attributes, but if you don't have something right here, it ain't going to happen. And he's just starting to get where he needs to be. And he's a competitor, and we expect great things out of him. We appreciate everything you've done. All right, Stacy Carr, outstanding sport. All right, Stacy Carr sat out a year so she could go through the punishment. And she did. Ran 59:21. What that means is that she's the 3rd fastest quarter miler in the state of Nevada. She's 2nd fastest quarter miler in the northern Nevada. She's the 4th fastest 200-meter runner in the state of Nevada. Those are nice things, but what I like the most about her is she allowed me to coach her. And she got all, when I took her down to California one time, and she got all these big eyes, and all these tall ladies, and all this, everything were happening. And she lost her focus, and she did not have a good day. And then we sat down and talked about it. I said, listen, you worry about the wrong things. You know, focus and concentrate on what got you there. And I tell you what, I did. So for that, honey, outstanding sprint. Good job. Mitchell Jones. You know, we got done and go through some hard times, and you know, hey, the good thing about this kid and I, we're going to have a relationship for the rest of our lives. You know, he's going to take my boy fishing, his big daddy back here going to take him fishing. He's going to find Uncle Mel for the first time. You know, he's going to have a big brother, and great worker. Had some bad luck this year, but you know what? The attitude didn't go. He didn't feel sorry for himself. He didn't finish the way he wanted to finish, but he finished. And just a great kid. You know, great kid. So we're going to get him somewhere. He's going to pack that pigskin and run around the oval. And he's going to do a great job. And this program has been blessed to have him. And you got some young sprinters out there. You got some shoes to fill, buddy. Appreciate it. Krista wouldn't tell me what the doctor said. I don't even know if he said it still. Yeah, she came out today. And I tell you what, she battled back in divisionals, and she was just right there. 32, 69. 32, 8. Okay? I think she was like 3 or 4 inches off me. And I tell you, that's a good jump. And she did that on just total hard work and rehab on the ankle, and never quit, wasn't gonna quit, and you know, great attitude. You just gotta keep her healthy. Good things are gonna happen, and you enjoy the coaching. Super good. Just a quick run on Steve. Steve could He was 8th in the state, jumped 43, some change. It's going to be a great triple jumper. Hopefully a good long jumper too. Outstanding distance. Tatiana Tividuiza. Tatiana is a very pleasant young lady. She's very tough, very competitive. You know, that family stuff only gets you so far. When you're out on that track and you got to get it done, it's just you, yourself, and you know, the will to win. And I tell you what, she came back and had a very good year this year for us. And I love her mental toughness. You know, I love her when she says hi to me. And she doesn't talk a lot, but you know what, that's sort of runs in the family. But we appreciate everything you do for this program, and an honor to be your coach. It's a great job. All right, let's flip that other one up too there, bro. All right, I mean, all year long, you know, Wooster 1-2 in the mile, 1-2 in the 2 mile. I said, oh, Jay, you want to run that 2 mile? No. And then all of a sudden, Jose's running the 2 mile. And Ronnie and Jose are training partners and buddies. And, you know, I think that training partnership buddy sort of wore off a little bit. And these kids were spectacular through the divisional meet and the zone meet. You know, Ronnie won the 2 mile and Jose ran the mile. And it was just a beautiful thing. And it's because you're outstanding and dedicated and very tough young men. God, I give you those words. All right. This one here, Stephanie, come on down, honey. Where you at? Stephanie Johnson, you know, we're lucky to have you here. And I told you earlier, if you just treat those last 3 to 4 weeks like you did in March, if you do that for me, you're gonna do great things here. And you know, the good Lord gave you some really good ability, and I was extremely proud of you. Your coach was elated. You know, for you to step it up and get there for the zone was outstanding. That's a big step, huge. And for that, we give you more support. Thank you. George Moran, where are you at? George, I just asked Mike there, I said, well, you know, how far, you know, big an improvement did he have? And he goes, well, never thrown before. And ended up throwing 130s, 137, I think, 138, maybe. And he was just a couple feet from Golden State. And for someone to pick up that influence and do that in 3 months is incredible. And I'll tell you, it was fun to watch him improve, and I think more fun to watch than just his attitude. I thought I was going to lose George Brand the first 2 weeks, man, but he was there every day. And by the end of the season, he was a leader. And George, you know, if you keep doing that, we're going 170 next year. These athletes exemplify the essence of being coachable. As the teams have described, these individuals are dedicated, loyal, and burning desire to be the best. This is the coach's award. This is the reason the coaches coach. So, without any further ado, give me Catherine Lynch-Walter. One day Catherine was running around, you know, it's tough enough to get the girls to run 300 intermediates, and we're doing quarter workouts, and Catherine was done with her workout. She's continually running these 300s. She hits the last hurdle, boom, tears up her knee, skins her elbow, and Lord knows what else. And I said, Catherine, I think that's enough for today. She said, no, I'm not going to quit on that. And wow, great attitude, hard worker. Going to be very, very good. Hey, we've only had her for 1 year. You watch out next year. She's going to be tough. And I'm going to have a fun time watching her. Stephanie West. Little tough. We had a lot of firsts this year. We ran, 61 something. We got over 100 pounds. That's tough to do when you're running that 6-5-4-3 workout too. I think she started to believe in herself. I like the people she sort of hangs with and stimulates and wants to be. I think the only next step for you, honey, is just you say you're going to be this because of Stephanie Welch, and I don't think there's anything to stop you. So we're going sub-60 next year, and we're going to stay out till midnight. Very coachable, very fun to be around. Just a great girl. One of these, but you get 3 in the get-go. You're happy to do that. Stacy Carter. Another little puppy. Hey, she decided down after San Francisco that the only person she was going to listen to was her coach and herself. And when she started to do that, she got double tough. And she's a tough worker. She gets it done, but a little tough on herself. We're going to need to work on that. But I think great things are going to happen to Shannon. She's honor roll student. I can say that about a lot of kids. But I tell you what, she gets what she gets because she works hard. And she also makes it real fun for us because she's very, very, very coachable. And for that, my dear, I'm going to give you coaches. What? Mr. Balazar. Yeah. Thanks for hanging in there, parents. Brian. I don't know what's your name. Ivan. That's a story Mike can tell, but I'll tell you what. Put down. Hold on. Brian is just a candidate for most improved. Outstanding thrower. But more importantly, he's an outstanding individual. And I tell you, it's just a pleasure to be there. Just a pleasure. Hard worker, tough, loyal, a lot of fun to be around. And awfully tough on himself, needs to back off. He needs to back off on himself and let things happen. And once that does, we're going to be tough to deal with next year as a pros. Tough. And you're going to be one of them, buddy. But for everything you've done for this program and your attitude, we give you the coaches. Joey Hunt. Joe Hunt. The kid had to sit out his freshman year, correct? Hung out. worked hard, did everything he's asked. Is this the second year you got coached? Third year? He was so good his freshman year when he couldn't compete, he got one. You know, Joey's work, and what I mean by that, he's so darn tough on himself. And I think that's what makes some of these Wooster kids very special. They want to be the best. And in my book, they are. Joe is just a pleasure. I mean, he does everything I ask him to do. I mean, on command, boy. We needed an 800-meter runner last year, he ran. I told him this year we may need another 800-meter runner, he ran an 8. Mile relay, doesn't matter. 4x1. Had to take him off on the relay. It stayed. Didn't like that. Still doesn't like that. But he didn't complain. And exceptional attitude. Going to be a great athlete. He is a great athlete. And hey, it's just a pleasure to work with you. All right. Young Otis. Mitch Jones. Mitchell, I think I've said a lot of things about Mitch, but, you know, 3 years, worked together, and it's been a ton of fun. Very coachable. Tough season as far as the injuries, but he rehab, worked really hard, worked hard to get back. You know, came back individuals and ran that 200 when he was hurt. You know, we won individuals by, 2 or 3 points. What do you say? I mean, team effort. But he's always willing to do his part. And I think he's a good role model for the younger sprinters. He was a lot like them. He got the 400, the communist, bad thing. But, you know, he jumped into the quarter, did a great job, then 50.05. Week after that he got hurt. He was on his way to run 48. And I tell you, those were very good times. But I tell you what, I remember the times more when we just were out there working out and having a good time. And I appreciate everything you do. Keep up the good work. I know you're tired of me talking, men. I'm going to turn this over to Coach Mike.
All right, the winner of the MVP for the women, for the girls, is Helda Von Vegas. Would you please come up? She's not here. We have to go with this one. Won the shot, second in the discus at the state. She was the best up north. We didn't want to have anybody beat her. Have a real good season. Only a junior. Make sure we pretty neat year for her. Train hard, come back, and go after 2 wins.
Amigo, will you come up here, please? Now the MVP for the boys, it was a toughie. We went around and around and around about this, and we just felt that, you know, from the get-go, particularly young man was there. You know, winning's not everything, but he certainly did his share of that. Ran my relay for us when we needed it. He's state champion in the 2 mile. He was 4th in the mile. Very disappointed about his performance, but I tell you what, Bill's character was what I considered a strong part of this team. Ronnie, Tip, and Lisa. Say a word, Dad. I know it's
Really, it's not just, I mean, he's worked really hard. I mean, long-distance runners, I gotta tell you, Ron was not a star from the beginning. He just had to work very hard. It's just like Coach Bill says, he's where he is. He just had to work very hard, and it hasn't come easy. There's a lot of people that we have to thank for that. Coach Bill has been a great supporter, has been a guidance for us, Coach Luciana, especially Dr. Nightingale. Many times he was the one who put him back on the road, back on the track, and God bless him. God bless you all.
Seniors last, and we're going to go state champions first. Is that right? Yeah. Ron, get back down here, buddy. We had a state champion, 1998. I'm getting all caught up here. 4A boys, 3,200-meter, Ron Tippett-Louisa, 9.42.9. Is that correct? Wooster High School. First one in 10 years, son. Thank you very much. Funny story on this one. Amanda Belly, come on, Manny. 4A girls shot for the Amanda Belly, 40 feet, 4 inches, Wooster High School. I had the kids over here, it was raining. Imagine that this spring, raining. And you know, I challenge the kids every once in a while to get after them. And I looked right at Amanda and I said, Amanda. I can't tell them what I really said. I said, Amanda, do you have the guts? Do you have what it takes to bring a state championship back to this team? And she looked at me and says, yes, I do. She goes out and throws 40 feet 4, and you know, obviously the kid's happy. She comes back, gives you a big hug and says, congratulations, coach, here's your first state championship. And it was, you know, and a ton of years for the girls, 20-something. So we're very proud of you, all right? Hey, we've not had a state champion here that I know of. I've been here this one 10th season. We've had some relays, but we've never had 3, let alone 1. And funny story, just quickly. He goes over on some scholarship. Helsinki. Finland. Exchange student. Okay. And boy, we had to work it out. I had to get airfare. Mike got airfare for him. We had to fly him all over the world. And so he could compete at state. And he got over there. And I think he was feeling, you know, very gracious about the moment. So he wrote Coach Mike and I a similar postcard. And he said on the postcard, just to make sure, he says, well, I'm going to come back and be a state champion in a month. So here it is. Coach Mike, you know, is always there. He's got that card. Got the card, I got the card on the wall. He's flattened that card. I said, you did it. You know, hey, so seldom in life you can say, I'm going to do something, and a year later do it. And to be the best in the state of Nevada in a while, and to say you were going to do it, son, we're proud of you. I tell you, it's, you know, we got 6 kids here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seniors that are very special to us. And we wrote them, see, I made this up here, so Liz, you can put this on the wall, honey. Your contribution to Wooster Track and Field was powerfully felt and greatly appreciated. We wish you great success in your future endeavors, and we mean that. I saved the senior awards for last because the seniors are the most special things that we got going for us. And it's going to be tough. Yeah. Rosanna, come on up here, honey. Lizzie. Lizzie. You know, you're a good one, girl. Ronald? I'm just saying that, Ron, there's not much more to say, big boy. Jose? Great job, son. And Mitchell? Get right over the center there. I want to take a picture of you. Your contribution to the Wooster Track and Field team was powerfully felt and greatly appreciated. Wish you great success in future endeavors. From the bottom of my heart, everybody in the center. Heck, man. All right. I have to say not goodbye, but come on up here, Coach. You're not going to get away. You gotta take them. You don't like it. Don't like the fact that Coach can't be back next year, but doggone it, that's the way it is. He's been an inspiration to the kids. 6 years assistant coach at Wooster High School. 4 years head coach, cross country. 2 state champions. And winner of the Stanford Invitational, first time in the history of Wooster High School. Exceptional, just exceptional. Coach, there's not much to say except we love you very much. I've seen your daughter and son wear your sweats, so I'm going to give you another pair. 1998. Coach always loves me because I always give him the right size. I also got a top. But Coach, I just, and I think all the coaches feel the same, that to wish you the very, very, very best in your new job. And this program, oh boy, going light years with you. And now it's your turn to say something, buddy. Because I'm having a hard time.
I really appreciate your support and the expression of love. I'm not very good at expressing feelings, but I gotta tell you that I'm a much better person by having been part of this great program. Somehow I will stay in touch with the Wooster calls, and thank you very much for having me here. It's been the greatest time of my life. I feel much younger just being part of this program again and just being around the kids. Thank you for everything you did for me. I don't think I don't have words to express my gratitude, but just being here it's been fun, and I'll be in touch in one way or another, and I'll be always cheering for all of you. Thanks a lot.
just want to say thanks to the seniors and good luck in the future. One award, and then I'll do some more. If all the sprinters could look up here real quick. This is the Sledgehammer Award, and it goes to all the sprinters. Because it's a funny story, actually. When you pound in blocks, we don't have a hammer. Well, they use the shot puts. And the throwers didn't have any shot puts. So, from the throwers to the sprinters, here's your sledgehammer, and if we catch you using our shot puts again, stick your pin in. So this is for you guys, so that you have something to pound your blocks into.
Coaches, for the seniors, I don't know what those guys were kind of organized here, but he got a coach me a little something and anyway, on behalf of the seniors, we want to thank all the coaches for all the hard work they've done, since December. Dave White couldn't make it tonight. He was a really big part of our success. Not only is he a coach, he's also a training partner of mine for the few other sprinters. Let's see what else can I say. When I came in when I was a sophomore, I came into the equipment room and saw the uniforms were from like the 70s. So we're coming out there not matching. Some kids have gray tops, some have white, some have red on. Some didn't even have any on. Can't chest, can't booster. So, but over these couple of years, we've got us some pretty good things, and we want to thank him for that. And he's really. I'll talk about some here for a minute. There's not. I could stand up here for an hour and talk about this. He's a really good coach. He deals with discipline very well. Sometimes when he gets mad, he'll get in the kid's face, and not only does he scare the athlete, the athlete's scared for him because hey, Smitty, you're gonna have a heart attack. But he's a really good coach on and off the field. Takes the discipline very well, and we want to thank him for that on behalf of the seniors.
A few people don't know his little pep talks every day. Every day, the practice starts, we know that he's going to do his little pep talk. It's a little bit emotional, but Smitty, those pep talks are actually inspirational to athletes. I always look up to you. I'm always waiting for the new inspirational speech you can give. I think that's helped me out for the 4 years. Thank you.
Real coach. And to me, the moment that was kind of emotional. I wasn't as good as I was, and my dad made me run up to the prison. And I was thinking that.
Whenever it came to trying to keep us in line with the real fast and speeding down the was good. JJ and Jeremy were famous ones. I know it was so great. Me and Bo were just kind of sitting back and just screaming with me yet. Not really saying much. But not beating any coaches out. They're all great, but Smitty's kind of a ringleader and he's a great guy. And nobody else I'd rather do that for.
years, he has been like a second father to me. Since my freshman year, actually my 8th grade year, I was in basketball practice. He came up to me and asked me if I was going to run. And I was hoping to do soccer or football. But Coach convinced me throughout every day, throughout the summer. He would take us out on those runs and he would run with us beside us. And he'd always laugh, smile, he'd beat us to the end, make us all mad. But those runs made us the runners that we are today. And even though he's not a man of words, his actions, I think, speak for themselves. Being on the national run. Thank you to Domingo for all these great careers. Even though he's a shot put coach and just because we don't really meet too much, but on the small talks, he's always been there and supported me throughout his 2 years.
And people that have made the season, possible. We would like to thank the building for being brave enough to let 20 girls run above all in their house. I would like to thank the Nightingales who have just been so helpful to all of us, who put us back together when we fall apart, and who are just always there, very generous with their time and their techniques that they use. We would like to thank them. On to the coaches gift, and all this passion on down line. I have a gift for Todd and a card for Jeremy.
Coach Louisiana, come here for a second, please. You probably wonder why he looks so good. My penguin here. This is my penguin. Actually, throughout the year, Coach Mike and I have had a sort of a good luck charm, and it was a penguin. And the only reason this was because I couldn't calm down before the state meet last year. God, Coach, okay, calm down, man. Calm down. Back and forth, back and forth. So, Coach, here for a second. Actually, it does still work. I swear I didn't play with it that much. But for you, Coach, that's our penguin. And every time that I did a throw, he would come and show me this penguin. Well, I have him his own now. So now we have a new penguin. We had a deal in the beginning of the season, and unfortunately I didn't win state last year. And I looked at Coach Mike and I said, okay, Coach, so I got a deal for you. So if I win state, you wear a tux. If I lose state, I wear a formal. I won him.
For everything that he's done, all the time he's put into this program. He's put in a lot of time, and you guys changed every single way. Not just the distance runners, but all the athletes, changed them in a better way, and made them better. I've seen him take athletes and they had no desire at all, and he's changed them totally into runners where now they're doing well and they're dedicated to sport, and we're going to miss him really bad, all of us, really bad. And it's going to be kind of hard, but thanks for everything. Coach Domingo was like such an inspiration to me. When I first started track, I wasn't really like that excited. I was just like, yeah, I was going to have to do it, but now I'm like so dedicated towards it. Thanks to Coach Domingo. But when we went to pick this out today, we found out that all the athletes here have something in common with the athlete who was coasters, because we were coached by the best. And you did the same thing that he did by making the distance event a success. you'll kind of figure out what that means when you open it. And here's just because, and there's some cards. So thank you.
And he's always given me a challenge. I've always tried to go out there and, show him that I can do it. And it's not often that he's not, doing something for us, or even for other students. So, on behalf of myself, I bought you a dinner, you and your wife, I bring calendars, go through babysitting. So you can do it all by yourself. For 17 years, there have been people who have believed in me. They've always stood behind me no matter what I did. They sent me all the way through the United States, recently to Arizona. And I'll always remember at the state meet, my dad and my mom watching me. It was the greatest thing to be able to run and jump on her in their arms and tell them, hey, I did it. And they don't often get paid back for the money they put in and the time they put in. And I'm just blessed with two of the greatest parents. They've done everything for me. Recently, we've had a re-edition for our family. Uncle Rob, he's, been there for me, and it was the greatest thing to see his face at my meets. And they've given me so much, this whole family, my older sister. She's going to be a girl someday, I hope. They've given me many things. And it's my turn to give back. For you guys, got to a park, got to a lot of people. You guys have an all expense, take dinner to the other level of pay. For being my parents, my uncle, my older sister. And that's what I'm
What can you say? I think we've come a long way in 10 years. In the cafeteria last year, you were sitting down and couldn't hear what we were saying because the fan was working. Retired now. But I tell you what, it's evident to me that this coaching staff has done a nice job in couldn't do without the help of you parents. We thank you very much. Your children are the reason we're here. Without them, we couldn't work. Beautiful people. Somehow we've affected them, and they've blessed our lives. And I just think tonight was a great way to finish the season. And I think we have a family here. And I just can't thank you enough. Coach Domingo.
Well, I just want to end up by saying that by no means I'm gone again. I'll be part of the program. And it's been the greatest thing that happened to me to come back and coach and be some part of the life of some of the kids, Jose, Rosanna, and so many days. Child, I always call him child. I'm gonna miss you all guys. I know that someday we'll meet again, and wish you all the best luck. And I know that you're gonna make it. You're gonna make a big time, and whatever you decide to do, because you have the talent, you have the desire, and the commitment. That's what.
I was getting dressed and the dog came up in the window and telling me he wanted to come into the house. I looked outside and found it up, and it was lightning and thunder and rain started. It was like the whole season. It ended the season with the rain and all that. There's a lot of people that I enjoyed over the last 2 years watching, and I look forward to the next couple of years of what's happening.